Oh,
All right.
Bumhole.
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 Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and
Bumhole.
welcome back once
Bumhole.
again to another episode of Natural Onedars. Episode 36 this week. Apparently the word of the week is bumhole, so enjoy that one in the chat. We are happy to be back. We took a slightly longer Christmas break than was planned because someone got COVID and was...
Someone, I'm pretty sure everyone.
Everyone got
Didn't
COVID.
all of us get it?
Yeah, everyone got COVID, but I was feeling too... Well, yeah, I'm bad at being sick. We'll move on. I'm a bit of a man flu boy, honestly.
He's a bit of a bumhole.
I'm a bit of a bumhole. I don't like doing stuff when I'm sick, so I didn't do the stream. But we're back this week, episode 36, Natural Onedars. Let's go, baby. We're back. I'm so excited. We're going to do our regular round of shout-outs, as we usually do. Jay will be joining us today, just to say that up front. He's just not here at the moment because he missed his train, and then his train got stopped, and then taxis won't let him in because he looks a bit scary. So...
Is Dean's camera frozen?
I'm back.
There we go.
Yeah.
There you go. You're back. You're back.
Yeah, so Jay is on his way. He'll be with us soon. I think he's using his Captain Took voice on the to get in the cab.
Just starstruck. They drive up and see Ninja, and they're like, "Nope." Drive away.
But yeah, so I'll go ahead and start shout-outs off. I'm your host, GM Lambert Rain. I stream over on the twitch.tv/Lambert Rain channel. My goal this year is to do 1,000 hours of streams across all the channels I'm involved with. So that's not going great so far, but I'm going for it. So if you want to see some Dead by Daylight content and some like Project Zomboid and things like that, that's where you find it. All right. Jamie, go ahead and do a shout out for me, boy.
Hello. JM12 _ on Twitch. Your main content over there will be Football Manager and Formula 1. We've been like daily streaming for like the past week, which has been good while I'm off work. But we're live tomorrow, 10 AM. Double stream tomorrow. There'll be a fun thing tomorrow morning. And then the league is back after our winter break tomorrow. So 8 PM UK time. JMRL is back underway where Mitchell is the host and commentator. So if you enjoy Mitch's hosting ability, you should come and check out the league tomorrow.
I'm very excited to get back into that. It's going to be good. Thank you, Jamie.
Big fun.
Dean, go ahead, mate.
Yep, the Paymaster98 on Twitch and YouTube if you want to see all things rare. Although last stream we had something happen which had over 1 in 7 million chance of occurring. It is on the YouTube channel if you want to check that out. I'm hoping to push to YouTube a lot more this year, so we just ticked over to 600 subs as well, which is pretty nice. But yeah, Pokemon, new Pokemon game coming out in a few weeks, which is going to be Pog. Got a nice series going on with Sam at the moment as well, so yeah, that's me.
Awesome. And speaking of Sam, why don't you go ahead and go next, buddy boy?
Sam Jacapa. Sam JKP on YouTube and Twitch. Do a lot of Pokemon stuff as well, kind of similar to what Dean was saying. New game out in a couple of weeks. I'm going to say it now, so I have to do it. I'm going to stream on Wednesday after work.
Very
Next
nice.
stream.
You love to see it. Yeah, I noticed it's all down. Don't worry, mate.
Yeah, did your mic change halfway through? Have you changed mic?
Check your mic. You're just louder than usual. I've turned you down a little bit for now, but that's okay. All right. Yeah.
It might have switched to the right mic halfway through.
Oh.
All right, well, there we go. And last but certainly not least, Ewan, go ahead and shout out your channel, boy.
Hello. Everyone seems to have like New Year's resolutions or goals for the year. My only goal is that the stream will actually continue. We do D&D every Sunday over on Dirty 20 Live, and I'll be in the chat tonight. Yep, if you like D&D, it's every Sunday, 4 PM, and I'm joined there by Mitch, Sam, Jake, who'll be joining us, and some other actors who also stream D&D. We did try Alien yesterday, but unfortunately that was riddled with technical difficulties, so we are planning on redoing that again in the future, should everything work out. So if you're interested in that, it's a bit of sci-fi horror, then also worth coming and having a look.
That was, I mean, the half an hour we got through was so fun. So I would
Well, I'm glad you
keep
didn't
an eye
actually
out
do
for that,
anything.
guys.
I was the one talking to you for most of that
I
time.
landed a ship and it was awesome.
And it was great. It was having a great
so
time.
fun. But
Wow, I'm glad you enjoyed it as much as it was.
without further ado, then, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the first episode of many of the year, and we have something new to show you. So we'll
New
be right
intro.
back.
Woo, woo, woo. And a stroll. Stroll.
So, last time on Natural Wonders, let's hop into our recap for this episode. There's no scroll. Of course there's no scroll, you crazy ass.
Sag.
Only had a month to make it.
It's not like I was making something else, but moving on.
Oh, don't forget, guys, he was ill.
Moving on to the recap. Last time on Natural Wonders, a daring rescue attempt launched by the party of the Cratefang to save their captured friend Zakian. You learned about his whereabouts on the surface of Tatooine, the planet where you met all those years ago. Months ago, sorry. Pardon. You made your way to the planet's surface and upon arrival discovered the freshly built Colosseum, which had been erected by the Hutts in order, wonk, wink, wonk, in order to execute some prisoners in a gladiatorial fashion. Some of you snuck your way into the stands to watch and observe exactly where and who was present for this event, noticing that Timo the Hutt was indeed present, along with his royal guard. You witnessed a number of executions at the hands of all number of foul alien life forms. Some of you, Took and Z, I believe, broke into the prison. You found your way to the holding cells, and there you found your somewhat injured friend who immediately collapsed unconscious in your arms. After a short fight, you made your way out into the panicked streets, the sounds of blaster fire panicking the crowds, everyone fleeing from the stadium, and you managed to avoid the detection from multiple sort of groups of guards searching the crowds for the source of this commotion. You made your way back to the Cratefang, and Z took to the wheel and flew you to a discreet, safe location. Upon arrival, you are located in mostly deserted desert with some sort of rocky formations and what appears to be the stripped hull of a ship. Just the pure bones of this ship left behind. Not a wire or a console left. But as you sit in the ship, freshly land, that is where we pick up today.
Is Zakian conscious or?
Zakian, have you awoken? I don't remember where we left off with that detail.
No, he was asleep in the med bay, and I think his mum was by his side.
Oh yeah, you're right.
When we
That's where you
ended.
left you.
There
So
you
we'd
go.
be in the cockpit. So we should need to go back and get his stuff, right? No? No? Fuck you lot then! Do it
I
myself.
realized that Jay was not here. Usually he's the one
Yeah, I
that
was
kicks
expecting
that
that.
off.
While after Bip says that, I'm just gonna stand up, leave the cockpit, lower the ramp to the ship, and I'm gonna go to the stripped remains of
Yeah.
the other ship, and just kind of like have a just have a little look at it, and the
You
opposite of relish in the destruction.
you make your way down the ramp and you find the sand beneath your feet sort of give way, as it doesn't seem like people really walk here very often. It's untreaded, and you make your way towards the deserted sort of frame of a ship that you remember quite well as being your vessel. But it is in a sorry state. When you had left it before, there was still like the odd panel left, just like the kind of like outer plating of the ship. But it seems that in the time that's passed, it has been scavenged almost entirely, and now it is a
Just gonna
ghost of its former
put
self.
my hand on what metal is left. Just kind of hang my head, stand there for a few minutes, and then if nothing disturbs me, I'll head back towards the Great Fang.
I mean, you take a moment. The twin suns of Tatooine just dimming in the sky now, heading towards sunset as they lower. Probably a couple hours left of light. Kind of take a moment. Hear the winds blow. Nothing seems to rile you. Make your way back to the ship.
I'll head back into the cockpit. See what's going on.
Oh, see? You haven't answered yet?
Sorry, what was we talking about?
We said need to make a plan to go back and get Zach and stuff, no?
I believe so.
Perhaps we should wait until he awakes and ask him ourselves. He may not be tied to whatever he had on him at the time.
He has a lightsaber.
I forgot about that.
We
That
still
is
need to get that back.
That is the only reason that I believe we should try to
And,
retrieve his
shit
belongings.
Ton of credits. If
Ah,
they
yes,
take
thank
it.
So, we still need to wait for Zakian to be better, because he might have an idea where they took his stuff.
Do either of you remember much of the layout of the palace?
Misa, I have no idea. Misa walked in, asked for directions, thrown in prison.
Similar to me, I walked in through accusations and was thrown straight into prison.
Misa, I have no idea. Misa just remember following you lot when we ran out.
The whole place is going to be on high alert. We just, in their eyes, I suppose, kidnapped someone. Plus something of that value, I sincerely doubt would be kept somewhere half-assed if they recognize what it is. And
Misa going to say, if they even know what it is, they might have just thought it was one of his tools and they throw it in with the rest of his stuff.
depends how intelligent his captors were, whether the people that searched him. Anyway,
We still don't even know the person that captured him, so...
we know that that a hut was involved. It was was Timo, correct?
We know that it was Boba, right?
I seem to remember. Yes, you got that information from either Mai or or Lana.
Vaguely remember.
I think it was Z who got told that, because Z, you would
Yeah.
be vaguely aware of like Boba's kind of reputation.
We may actually be out of luck if his captor had realized what he had in his possession. He may have taken it himself. Timo only wanted Zakian, not his belongings.
We really need to see Zaki and see if he remembers if they took the stuff off him
Indeed. There's
from
no
the
point
bounty
going
hunter
in.
or in the place. Yes.
Exactly.
Either way,
Alright.
if we are going to go in, it needs to be at night.
Definitely.
You can all see the twin suns kind of dimming in the sky, and you can all make that kind of assessment that it's probably a couple hours left of daylight here on Tatooine. If you're choosing to wait.
Should we see if Zakian is okay and awake yet?
You are the biologicals. You can make that call.
You surely know if someone's awake or not.
I do not sleep.
Missa, go have a look. As I walk past, I'm gonna slap Captain Took on the head to wake him up, and then walk on
Took
to
kind of
Zakian.
lean forward in a chair. You're slapped awake, Captain Took.
What's that?
Just stop sleeping on the job. You're supposed to be in charge here.
Roger. A moment.
All right.
Okay. I'll head into the med bay.
Head
if
into the med
his
bay.
family will let me in.
I mean, his family are just back to their general kind of... They're really just waiting around in that main sort of cargo area where they've been staying this whole time. Walking through is like a minefield of sleeping children sometimes. But you make your way towards the med bay, and Zakian's mother's still in there.
Yep.
You can see her just like... just generally caring for Zakian, who is lying on the bed there as you walk in through the doors.
How is he?
I don't remember the voice. He's all right. He's breathing.
Is he going to wake up anytime soon?
She kind of like looks down at him. I think he needs some rest. Unless it's anything important.
Sort of. So sort of. We still need to know if we should just get off world or we still need to go and get his stuff back if it is in the palace. He had some important things on him.
She
He
kind of
doesn't
like.
have to come with us. You can look after him, but
Well,
we still need to know.
that's his decision. She kind of like shakes your shoulder, Zakian. Sweetie, sweetie, are you awake?
Yeah.
Your friends, they need to talk to you.
Is it only Zakian's mum out of the chads?
Yeah.
Will you leave us for a moment, Mum?
Of course, yeah. That's fine. She just kind of hops off the little stool that she's been sitting on and makes her way out of the room. Hear the doors
Who's in?
close.
Is it just Bit-Bits?
I believe it is
Yeah, I believe.
just Bit right now.
You sir okay, friend?
I'll get there.
Okay.
It could have been a lot worse.
It could have been. You nearly dead.
I could have been eaten.
You could have been eaten, mauled by that big long-legged thing.
He did have long legs.
He did. So we just need to know. We're hidden right now, but do you still remember if they took your things? Where they took your things?
I think they took him off me as I entered the palace.
So the bounty hunter didn't take them off you.
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you what. If you want to go ahead and roll some destiny of the first one of the year, and then.
Oh, here we go.
Oh.
The die. One sec. I gotta refresh the game.
Oh,
The
yeah,
dice.
Destiny. That's a thing.
The dice are broken. Let me just refresh the game.
6 dark after the end of the last session.
I have to
it's very
remember. Yeah, it doesn't roll dice at the moment. Give me just a moment. There's a thing I have to do where I have to go to the game. Sorry about this, guys. If you guys just carry on talking, but I'll ask you to do a lore check, Zatkin, to see if you can remember that. You do have a foggy memory of your things being taken, but let's see how clear if you think about it. You can go ahead and roll now, I believe.
Yeah, button's working again. I just need to. Yeah.
So,
Go on, then, Zakian.
first roll of the year. Let's go. Oh, actually, I haven't done the dice pool, have I? Boy. Where the
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Wait, Jay's camera's done that weird thing where it's working in Roll20 and Discord at the same time.
Yeah,
That's
I
so
saw
fucking
that.
weird.
That
How do you
should
do
not be
that?
possible.
How do you do that?
All right, there is your cleared pool. So if you could all roll some destiny for me, please.
Single G.
Oh, light side, double light side, double dark side from Bit Bit.
Oh, Bips.
It's still in me.
Single light side from Z. And a dark side from Took. That's a 4-3 split. All right. And Zatkin, I've got a hard difficulty lore check, please, from you to try and recall the information that you may have gained whilst inside.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, we're back, boys.
Back with a success.
Is that Zatkin's insane rolls? Oh, okay, but a bit of threat there. Okay.
That's alright. It'll take some strain to remember it.
Not quite. You do remember, but it is very foggy. You remember it happening. You remember that during the journey there were actually a couple of occasions in those. Well, you don't know how long it took, but there was a couple of times when you were taken out of carbonite. The first time, you do remember something being taken from you while still on the ship. You're not sure what was taken. Second time, you remember being brought out of carbonite was in the palace, and you remember that is when your clothes and everything else was taken from you. And that was in... I'll give you the benefit. You've been there before. You've all been there before. That was in the prison cells where you first met and first escaped all those months ago.
They took everything in the cells.
Okay, this is good.
But there was a moment. I think I was still on the ship when they unfroze me and they took something off me. But I can't remember what they took.
Oh no. You definitely can't remember anything?
Maybe if I try hard enough.
You try, but the memories really clouded.
The least we can do.
It could have been the saver, it could have been my data pad, it could have been my credits. I had a lot of stuff on me. It could have been my tools, man. What if it was my tools?
Misa don't think
As
about
he says that, he goes to get up and he's like, ah!
You should lay back down. Stay there. You should need to rest. We should need to try and go in and get whatever it is they took back.
No,
If we can get your tools, that is good enough for me, because then at least you can fix stuff.
I need to go with you. Maybe if I'm there, it'll bring back some memories.
I mean, this is true, but Misa don't want to put you anymore in danger. Do we have a med kit anywhere? Let stay here. Let me go speak to the guys, see what they think. Actually,
No, I want to get.
we're in the med bay. Hold on, let me see if there's a
Yeah.
med kit here.
You see there are medical supplies. I believe on board you have You have a med kit, I believe.
Do we have a med kit,
I
Jay?
believe you have a couple because you found some whilst you were on Florum, I believe.
I know. He...
Check.
Done.
Yeah, we've got a few.
2.
Okay, right. So we've got a med kit. Okay.
So you can.
Yeah, we've.
Can I find said med kit?
Yeah, it's on the wall. It's like a standard kind of like. It's like white metal with glass, like a cabinet.
Can I try and treat Zakian just to make him better? What is in a med kit? Is there just like a stim pack?
Wait, how do we heal strain?
By resting.
Strain from... Right, have I had a rest?
You have not had a night's rest.
Okay.
You need 1 night's rest to get rid of all your strain.
Okay.
But that is like a full. Oh, actually, how? You are a tricky bugger because you're a Chad, aren't you? And you only need like 3 hours.
Yeah.
What if we leave him to rest for 3 hours while
If you
nightfall
wait
comes
for
and
nightfall,
2 hours from nightfall.
yeah, if you wait for nightfall, that will be considered a rest for Zakian. Yeah.
Wait.
Okay, all right, let's do that.
When are we planning to go?
Nightfall is a few hours out.
Okay, I'm gonna rest up, and then I'll be ready to go. I think.
Okay, use a rest, and then maybe we should patch you up with anything else you need with a med kit.
I mean,
And
Bip
then-
Bip, you can look him up and down. Doesn't have any like outstandingly obvious injuries. You know, he's got like a bit of like a cut on his brow from being hit and things like that, but nothing you
Nothing
would
major.
imagine needs medical attention. He's just
Oh, okay.
really
Alright.
exhausted. He hasn't
Okay,
really been
Got
able to
ya.
sleep or eat properly for a long time.
okay. You use a rest. How long do you use a need?
I'm Chad. I only need a few hours.
Okay. 3?
Maybe not even that.
We should come back in 3 hours just to be sure. We should get you and tell you the plan that we should have, and then we should try and get your stuff back. Would you like me to bring your mum back in, or ask her to come back in, or you still want to be left alone?
Might go to the quarters. Somewhere more comfortable. Can you carry me there?
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, be careful.
Okay. I'll
Yeah, you just
gently pick him up.
scoop him
I
up.
really want to move. I really want to move you with a force, but I'm not going to.
I said be careful.
Oh, Mr. Sorry, Mr. Clumsy.
All right.
And then I'll try and gently carry him to the quarters.
Carry him through. As you carry him through that cargo bay, you see like certain members of Zakian's family like look over,
Right,
and
can I
they
carry him like the Lion King.
you hold him out. His whole family, like all the younger ones, like Zakian, hi, Zakian, like all the little ones. And like you see a couple of like your, you know, like uncles and things, kind of just looking over and giving a wave, a bit more calm. But
He just like does a painful wave over.
and Z, you're able to like fight through the crowd. Not Z, sorry, Bip Bip. Z starts a mosh
He's
pit.
wearing his skin suit, so
Oh yes, that's a Gungan. Ugh, tall enough, I guess. Okay, so yeah, you make your way to the bunks where you are going to have a rest.
Yeah, put him down, then I'll head back to the cockpit.
All right. So, is there anything you guys want to do during the few hours that you're going to wait here in this sort of this?
I'd like to go back and tell them the information that Zakin told me. See if we can get a plan together. Is everyone in the cockpit?
I believe so.
Okay, no one's. Okay.
How'd it go?
It's okay. So he said, remember, most of his things were taken in the prison. So we said, no, they should still be there. However, he said one thing was taken from him on the ship he was being transported on. He said doesn't know what that item was. He said could be the lightsaber, could be data pad. It could be his credits.
I believe that.
Don't know.
I believe, knowing the reputation of his captor, it was most likely either the saber or the credits.
For our sake, Misa, hope it was the credits.
Did he have any idea where they were being kept?
He has no idea. He knows that it was taken off him in the prison cells where Wisa was once kept. So, I guess that would be the place to search first if we're going to sneak in and have a look. But he said Hisa wants to come with, and he might have a better memory once he's there.
This is such a large risk for a guess.
Misa think it's a worthy guess, though. He's our best mechanic. If our mechanic has no tools, Misa fucked. Even the tools, I think, are worth it, so Misa can keep going.
But are the tools not something we can just repurchase? We have between us a fair number of credits.
Do we?
Well,
He's
how
not
much
paid.
would we have to put out for tools?
Could Carlisle just replace his mouth? No. Replace his tools.
Misa don't know, but he has a lot of complicated things. I don't know if you can just rebuy those.
Either the saber or the credits are there. I believe it would be worth it for either.
Misa think it'd be worth it, especially if the saber is there. Misa don't think that we can go over, because that links it back to us. Because where else would the Chad get a lightsaber from?
We blew any element of conspicuously.
Did you use your lightsaber when you were inside during the fight?
In the Colosseum?
Yes.
No. Did I? No. Misa didn't even fight. Misa got there and took and Zia dealt with them. Misa was mighty close, though.
I will go along with what you decide, but I completely disagree with going back inside for some objects. I think we are tracked as it is. People who have contacts will know exactly who is among our crew. For the sake of whatever deity exists, we have a ship with Took's name on it. We're not hard to track.
We ain't talking about flying the ship back into Moshuta, no. We're talking about taking the speeder.
I understand that. But our faces are recognizable. We're walking back into a place in which we have previously been imprisoned. Like I said, I will go along with what you suggest. But I am voicing my disagreement.
It is a ridiculous plan, but we have successfully pulled off ridiculous plans before.
Misa agree. It is
That's what
stupid,
I'm
but
worried about.
Misa would rather argue with you, because you're half willing to go along, than argue with Zakian about leaving his stuff behind. He's a stubborn bastard.
Just to clarify, the speeder is 2 people.
Gonna strap Zakian to me like Baby Yoda again
I'll allow it.
and recreate that scene.
I'll allow it.
Me and Kala will walk in then, I guess.
I guess that still leaves 2 people, yeah.
Yeah, we can walk. Just be there a couple hours later.
Yeah, that it would literally, and it would be, yeah. Desert at night time.
Yeah.
So you're cool.
Not walking through a desert again. Not after last
Either
time.
Yeah, seconds. No.
We'll never forget that night with Z in the cave.
we still have a few hours till nightfall, so Zakian's going to rest. So we have a while to lull it over and come up with a plan.
All right. Couple of hours pass by. Is there anything anyone wishes to do during that time?
From my time in the very small part of the palace that I've seen, I'm assuming I can create the schematics and put them on Carlisle's datapad.
There are a couple sections that all of you would know. One of them being the prison cell you were in is a small room. It's probably 10 foot by 15 foot, a small little room with a little refresher toilet in the corner, and a door. You do not remember the layout of Jabba's palace. Not Jabba's palace, bollocks. Teemo's palace. When you escaped, it was a dash. Let's just get the fuck out of here. Ran through some hallways, found a door, lucked out. But you all would remember at some point, or some of you might not, some of you might have been taken straight to the prison cell, but there's a strong chance that if you were captured, you were brought into the throne room, which you remember to be kind of like a large banqueting hall. And then up on a little raised platform is a large throne where Teemo sat. And that would be where, in your case, Bit, you wandered in asking for directions and offended.
Yep.
Right? But it's not like you have a whole digital map in your head of the entire building, unfortunately. Yeah. You do remember it not being it's not amazing inside. It's not massive. There's one. You remember there being one main hallway that sort of connected it all. But yeah.
Okay.
I think we need to decide exactly what kind of approach we're going to take. With all due respect, the last time we instigated an entire warning and guards were flooding the streets. I would call that unsuccessful in stealth. Of course, we were successful, but there's only so many times you can run away before your luck runs out. If we're doing something stealthy, I think it would be the wrong decision for us all to go. Especially given that we will be... Well, only 2 of us, or 3, could possibly get onto the speeder itself. That would leave 2 of us completely alone inside the city town itself.
It's true. Valid.
And if last time is anything to go by, we cannot afford to have no escape.
Yeah, it's a long way to run. Back to the ship.
Were any of us seen by guards? I believe all the ones that saw myself and Took are now dead.
Burning ash on the ground.
Is that including security systems? Did you check for any? Any cameras that may have picked up your likeness?
Not quite sure.
I will be honest, the only one right now who is not tied to this immediate offense is myself. I was in the stands and then I made to leave. That was it.
So you are volunteering to go in, yes?
I am simply stating facts. As I said, I disagree with the entire endeavor. But if this is our best chance of success, then I am putting myself forward.
See, that's the thing with Zakian. It's useful if he goes, because he might remember things. But at the same time, the second they see him, they're going to know what's up.
Then we would be doing a Rescue 2.0. And this time we don't have the element of surprise.
No, but we won last time in the fight. Just with the two of them.
I will admit it was a struggle.
I I don't believe that they're going to expect us to come back on the night of. Sammy.
They wouldn't expect us to hit them back. This is true.
If there is one time they would expect us to come back, it would most definitely not be tonight.
So, we're going tonight then. Just how do we... How far are we away from the palace?
It's not too far out, is it? How long would
On a
you...
speeder run.
On a speeder?
Well, I've walked it before.
You have
so
walked it before.
how long did it take me?
We'd say it's about an hour's hike through the desert. On a speeder bike, on your speeder bike, which is quite fast, 15, 20 minutes max. Someone who's adept at riding it.
So, rather than... I don't think we should split up and some people be left on the ship. I think if we're going, we all need to go. So, could we not just relay a speeder run? Someone drive and drop everyone off? If it's a quick trip?
The only issue with that is making our escape.
We are going to be super stealthy. We won't need to worry about an escape.
I completely disagree with that plan.
You should need confidence, Carlisle.
I do not have confidence, and my reason for such is the plan that just happened. I am
Was that really a
verified in
plan,
my
though?
decision. We discussed it, yes. I knew that things would go a certain way, but I think it would be foolish to hedge all our bets on a successful stealth operation, for if that does indeed fail, we are, what's the word, fucked. Unless it would require an additional trip, but unless we can acquire other means of escape, such as another speeder, but I don't know how that would even be possible.
Another speeder would be enough to get us out.
You would remember there were the odd speeder bike in Moss Shooter, but you'd be looking at stealing or impromptu purchasing one.
Borrowing without asking.
99-year lease.
Stealing.
Maybe. Maybe.
It's not impossible. There's also dewback stables, but
does anyone remember anywhere there's other speeders in town?
you would all remember. You would all have spotted them around.
So we just know.
Yeah, like outside of certain businesses, there would be like larger, kind of like delivery-styled speeders. Sometimes down the odd alleyway, there would be like a kind of like a bit of a beater, like an older-looking speeder bike. Like would not be as fast as your main one, but it would certainly be faster than walking. There's also the there's like there to be an imperial sort of like barracks style place where they would have Empire model speeders.
We could always ask Zakian's family to attempt to fly the ship again. Bring it in closer when we need to escape. That's another option, but we need to prepare them for that.
Yeah, they've flown the ship before.
That
You seem
could
capable.
also be a way to convince Zakian to stay on the ship if he pilots.
He could be the escapist. Just ready on
I think
standby
it
to swing the
is-
ship round.
I think it would be dangerous to take him inside.
Yeah, Misa don't think it's a good idea.
I think we also need to prepare ourselves that if a stealth operation goes awry, which with a number of us there, each additional person makes that more likely, we may have to act more diplomatically than raising a blaster.
That was me thinking you were going to start shooting.
If I had any belief that would succeed, I would
think
suggest it.
if anyone that
have to-
Timo likes, or anyone who's close to Timo, since previously I was essentially scouting out Timo, can I think of anyone close to him?
What you mean, like guards or associates of his?
I'm more thinking about someone
Oh, like
a friend or a potential lover.
ooh, make a law check for me. Go on. Balls. Where's my dice pool gone? There it is. It's a tricky one. Go for it.
See?
You think? I mean, he has like favoured dancers, perhaps. You've seen him partial to, but you're not sure if that would carry the same weight. You can't think of anyone in particular who he has a shine for.
Let's have a voracious appetite. And find out what Timo's is poison. That would be the only diplomatic way I could think of it, but from that, there's gonna be no reason and with someone we've double crossed twice.
That is true. However, from what I know, he's a gambling man. People who gamble are willing to take more risks, and if we need to, then perhaps we can make some sort of arrangement. But I obviously cannot do that without the consent of us all.
What sort of
You have to be a bit more specific. What do you mean? You mean paying him? And giving a dirty slug any money?
Not money per se, but employment. We're not unskilled. We have evaded them now twice. Why would he not want people capable of that? I don't like the idea of it, and it should be a last resort, but I think if we find ourselves in a dangerous position, we may have no other choice.
By the way he treats his prisoners, I think he may prefer to get revenge rather than employ people who have double-crossed him. Well, not double-crossed.
We should just stole the man he wanted to kill.
What
It's a
did you say a few moments ago about have some faith, trust?
Yeah, trust and faith in our ability to do a stealth job, not that.
Then have some faith in my ability to talk someone down.
Okay, if we're going to come to an agreement, sure.
We do have to be prepared to fight, though. If we get, as you say, fucked, then have faith in my ability to fuck back.
If it comes to that, I don't know what help I can be. I feel that the only reason I could possibly be coming with is a failsafe.
So, we should stealth. If we should fail the stealth, you should try to be diplomat. If that goes south, you fuck them.
I will fuck them.
I'm not going to say this, but yeah, come on. Kalal could talk his way out of the pits of Dur. Kalal could talk his way. I think is a good fail-safe.
Is that a compliment, or it feels like a compliment?
Just say Dur is not a place you want to be battling. They don't let people leave willingly.
Then I will take it as a compliment.
Anyone you'll get tonight, at least.
Well,
Oh.
it seems we have our work cut out for us.
All right.
Do we have an initial cover to get in? We obviously are being quiet about this, but we should expect to run into individuals. I, again, could give reason and perhaps attempt to convince them why we are there, but I think it would be good if we all had a unanimous knowledge of what cover we have being inside, if we run into any guards.
Do we even know somewhere we can get in? To the back door, or?
I assumed that you left via one. I came out the main entrance.
That was a door into the Colosseum. We said going into the palace.
I see. I must have. I think I got so caught up in the return that I didn't realize that we were not going to the Colosseum. We have to go into the palace.
This is now worse than you thought.
How
right?
did we escape the palace? Because obviously that
So-
kind of got glossed over because we started after.
You started
that
after the
going-
escape.
Yeah.
It would have been a opportunistic dash out of a door. Sorry, my throat's really dry. Yeah. But it was like a mad dash of, let's just run. You found your place, you found your way to that cantina. But that was, you assumed to be some kind of utility door, some kind of delivery space on the, like, southerly side of the palace.
Okay, hear me out here. I don't know about this. This is just something that came to mind, and it could be completely useless, but I'm gonna put it out there in case anyone knows something that it could be useful for. If they had a distraction in their palace, it might take eyes away, might provide opportunity for others to slip through. I could go as a representative of the rebellion.
It's not a bad plan. Whenever you say distraction, I feel like all eyes turn to me.
We have knowledge that is, perhaps at this point, unique. We witnessed the destruction of Yavin. I could use that information to help convince the hut that I'm involved and make out that the rebellion is looking to make some sort of arrangement with the huts because of their recent failure. However, of course, this could backfire and he could restrain me and have me sold to the Empire, so that may not be a good idea, but
Oh, good idea. No.
But you're so good at talking.
I am, but
What if you had a fellow representative with you? And then I'll stick my hood up, hide my face.
yes. That could work, but they ask for proof. Your device is not exactly the shade that one would expect.
It's a double cover.
It's not the worst.
So, It could work. Misa don't have to turn it on.
That is an option. Does anyone else know any way inside? We could scout the place first. See, they've got to have a back way out. There's no way they would have one entrance in.
I believe I could successfully scout fairly quickly.
Perhaps we have a team go now, scout the area, either calm or return.
I think that might be our best bet.
Maybe the... These are going to say the scout team go on the speeder whilst the others walk. You say it's only an hour's walk. That would give you enough time to scout the place.
An hour if you walk fairly fast.
Be done.
Also an hour if you don't get picked up by a raider party.
Or if you don't encounter Jawas.
Yeah, the weather actually worse.
Those little things?
Yeah.
You see
Pick
that?
apart ship in 15 minutes.
You see that skeleton of a ship outside?
Yes.
That used to be mine.
Oh. Sorry?
It's safe to say I am not on the best of terms with Jawas.
Why did you leave it there?
I did not fancy carrying my ship into the city.
Fair point.
All right. So, with your plans mostly locked in,
Loosely.
the couple of hours that you've spent planning and given Zakinteres pass, during that time, Zakium, finding rest in the crew quarters, you do experience some kind of rough dreams, flashes of your journey so far. You see a not much younger, but a younger version of yourself leaving Chad for the first time, embarking on his adventures, serving on ships and sort of living his life. And then you see that familiar moment when you lost that game and you hear that voice ring out, Hondo Anaka wins again! As you dash out. Then you see the moment in the swamp that you're sure you weren't there for. You see your sister on her knees in the swamp mud, in disbelief of what has happened. Around her, a smoking ruin of what used to be that barn, that base which you had spent a little bit of time in. And your party leave her there.
Do I hear like her asked to go with?
Don't hear voices. You see them talking, but it's almost like you're underwater listening through muffled through a wall. You don't quite make out what anyone's saying, but obviously everyone is very distraught and confused as the next time you see a vision, it is of you imprisoned in the Colosseum. And as one of the guards smacks you in the face with the butt of his rifle, you wake up in the crew quarters. And that is where we'll take our break this evening. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back very soon, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you very shortly for the second half of tonight's episode. Back in a mo. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on.
Welcome
Oh.
back to the second
36.
half of this evening's episode of
Bummer.
Natural Wonders.
Second half.
Episode 36, I just said. Because
36 bumhole.
bastards. 36, special word, favourite word of the evening, bumhole. All right. So, you've discussed your plan, and the time has passed. The twin sons of Tatooine just dipping below the horizon. It is very dark out here in the desert. Outside the ship, without the lights of the ship on, you don't see a thing. It is pitch black.
We can't fucking walk then.
In the distance, you do see the lights of the city very far away, but who knows what obstacles lie between you and it.
I reckon none.
You reckon?
Yeah,
you reckon
definitely.
none?
I
Definitely
reckon the GM didn't plan for us to walk through the desert.
There's definitely a few nuns
There's
out
definitely
there.
nothing there.
Your lack of faith.
Ah,
You're tempting me to press this button,
Oh,
but I won't. I'll wait. In fact, I'll be right back.
oh, what have you done?
who has caused?
We've invoked the wrath.
He's got his Vader mask.
I was just going to get my dice bag. Because I want a
Your
coin.
dice bag. You want a coin?
Oh,
dear.
yeah. If it's not a Pokemon coin, I'm not allowing it.
It's not a Pokemon coin, it is a Witcher coin.
It doesn't work then.
Yeah.
Shit, it got me there. Where is it?
Pokemon and Okamon, you know what I mean?
It's a Triss coin. Heads.
Uchi.
Nothing happens. Tails. I'll spend a dark side point.
We're dead.
He could just lie.
Heads.
Oh, happy days.
I kind of wanted to find out what that was.
You might still. You might still.
Shit.
All right. But as you guys kind of like prep, Zakian, you find yourself awakening from that dream, that kind of nightmare that you sort of been plaguing your rest. But you feel kind of a bit more. You're still a bit sore in places, but you feel like you could at least, be mobile and not be in this excruciating pain.
I'm going to walk out into where all of my family is.
Yep. They kind of all.
Can I spot an adult wearing dark clothes, ideally black?
I would say odds are probably. There's quite a few of your family here, so you'd be able to spot someone. As soon as you enter into that room, they all kind of rush over and start cuddling you, like trying to get all the younger ones, but then your mum and dad come over like, give him some space, he's injured, and then they kind of like spread out a little bit, but they're all very excited to see you.
I'm gonna walk over to one of the adult ones who's dark clothes on. I'm gonna be like, I need to borrow your clothes.
Do you have a spare outfit for me?
I have this.
It's not really my taste, but who am I to say no after what you've been through, huh?
Like, I only need it for tonight, and you can have it back. I know you like your fashion.
All right. Fine. They go off into another room. I guess you go with them. Just swap clothes quickly.
As we're getting changed, I go, I'm sure I can get the robot to give you 100 credits for this.
Sure, that sounds great, but don't worry about it. No, it's fine. Just use it. It's kind of like a black overalls type of like jumpsuit. It does have a very kind of subtle like black imperial symbol on it, like kind of like a glossy on the like an emblem of the empire on it, but it's subtle. You get the idea this might be like his work uniform.
Mm.
But yeah,
And then after I've done that, I'm gonna walk into the cockpit.
it's like a quick zip up, nice and easy. This is a bit itchy, huh?
Yeah, I don't know where they keep it, but I'm sorry.
It's all right. I'm just glad you're
Didn't
back.
Did you guys manage to pack any spare clothes?
It wasn't really on the top of our priority list.
I can imagine. I'll get you something when we land somewhere else.
Ah, thanks. You don't have to, but I'd appreciate it.
And I will go.
All right. You find your way to the cockpit, where I'm pretty sure everyone is sort of waiting upon your awakening, going through the plan.
Let's go. You don't even want to hear the plan?
I'm sure you can tell me on the way. Let's go.
We just still need to figure out the way that we're all going to get there.
We'll fly in.
Are we all here? I can't remember.
Yeah.
We're thinking about taking the speeder.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
The problem is we're going to have two people.
Who's staying behind? Colonel can stay.
We was thinking we might need someone to pilot the ship.
Oh, I wouldn't have Colonel doing that.
No, I would rather not.
Neither would I. Surprisingly, Kurlau was not a candidate for that.
One of my cousins can do it. He's a pretty good flyer.
Is he as good as you?
Well, no, but
Thanks for volunteering yourself.
I'm going to the palace.
Oh, you're not. Saw you the way you're flopping about in there. You rest.
I've had my rest. I'm good.
Do you still remember when I told you arguing with him is pointless?
And Zakian, what happens when you're captured again?
It won't happen.
How can you be so sure?
How can you be sure you won't get captured?
We...
Bounty wasn't on us.
Joke again.
The bounty was on you.
Bounty's been paid.
That is true, but a bounty can be put out again if you have been snatched away.
Only's probably been put back up again.
Would not be surprised if it's not more.
Yeah, but they're not going to be looking for me here, are they?
Perhaps this whole situation would be better dealt with if the bounty were to be ended permanently. Because in my eyes, it seems like this is just pushing the bomb slightly further away before it explodes. Because it has already exploded once, and we have another one coming our way.
Oh, that's great, Kyle. Thank you for moving this mission up from a heist to a assassination.
In my experience, pushing the bomb further away actually works.
It is tracking you, and is following you, more like a missile then.
Fair enough.
Raised a pretty valid point, though. It's not going to stop. We could always use this as an opportunity to kill the bird with a stone.
You're suggesting that we assassinate the hut.
I just want to get my stuff back.
Actually might not be a bad idea.
I would normally be completely adverse to that. However, the huts already hate us as it is.
And as you say, if it's a missile, if there's no one to fire said missile...
Do you not think if we are killing another hut, that.
Weezer didn't kill the first
We
one.
did not.
You-
Indeed.
No,
Okay, we
That,
killed
that
that.
was the
But we
Empire.
were there. But we were there. Do you not think if we kill one hut,
Yes,
the
but
other huts?
it was
Well,
so
the families
upset
on all
that
of
it
us.
was a man with a lightsaber that killed. Okay, Mr. Stop talking.
valid thing to bring up though. If we do get in trouble, I did bring up my way in. We were extra security in case Timo whacked off by the Empire. Worked. I think Timo's scared.
You do have a red lightsaber.
I mean, I'm not saying you bring that out.
It would link though to the other
Well,
hut. It
where
would
did
link
you-
it
where
back
did
to the
you-
Empire.
Where did you get a red lightsaber from? So we have 3 now? If we get the other one back? You're all
Yeah,
very
shouldn't we
quiet.
have 3? As mine.
You've got a red one.
Zakin, don't worry about it. We all make mistakes. You made a gambling debt. Misa made a mistake of my own. Misa trying my best to rectify it, but don't annoy me. Misa not there yet.
It feels weird to even really discuss actually assassinating someone that
Huh? Give him an eye. You tell us all but a few days ago. Well, you did your little assassinating before, didn't you?
yes, and I haven't forgotten about it. It lives with me every night.
Wait, what?
You've missed a lot.
He is no longer with us.
Oh,
The senator who sold us out on Narshadar. Look, my personal endeavors aside, I don't know how to explain it, but something feels different. I don't know what, but
He's not against killing this hut, is he?
me,
Yes, you.
it feels wrong. Asked me several weeks ago, yes, maybe I would have said, sure, let's assassinate him. But something... I can't explain it, alright? I just feel it. Around me, it's wrong.
This is good.
What do you mean?
Don't worry.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
We should talk about it later.
I wasn't gonna say, I was saying it suggested killing him. I wasn't gonna say make it look like it's us. I was gonna say we make it look like it was the, Red Saber again. That way, we won't have every hut in the galaxy on us, because everybody knows you have to get permission to kill a hut.
The Empire doesn't need to get permission.
Exactly. I'll use
So
the
want,
guys that he...
you want me to kill the hut?
Yes. What I'm saying. Or at least to make it look like the Red Saber.
Did you really kill someone in cold blood like that?
How else are we gonna get them off our asses? Be too focused on the Empire. Create a war here.
The situation Misa in Kalau is sort of. I want to do it, but Misa know it's wrong. Misa need to be good. So maybe
There's another way. There's always another way.
You are the first man I have met who develops morals after murder.
Me.
Yes. Usually people hunger for more.
He's going down a good path.
Maybe too little, too late. You have
Expect you to
two under your
understand.
belt now.
But you,
I do.
shit brain.
What?
What about you?
Me. I never said I was adverse to killing. I've killed hundreds.
You showed me a few times that you seem to be more than just a droid. So are you perfectly okay with murder? Or are you
In
just
this
a droid?
case, there are some cases where murder may be the only option.
I disagree.
Then why
I'm not
kill
saying-
Nighthawk?
I've already said I don't.
X.
I know it's hypocritical.
No, here we go. This is an angle we haven't considered. We have considered it, but it's right in front of us. Do you need permission to kill her? This Inquisitor is still alive. Well, we think he's still alive. Always
He's
go to
still
Timo.
alive.
Go to Timo. Information. If can't make it in.
Wait. So you were saying we just walk straight in there and tell him who killed the
It's a backup plan. No, it's a backup plan. If we can't make it in without being seen, with being seen, use this.
Okay. So it's Misa all for any plan. We just need to decide how we're going to get there.
Yeah.
Because we have one speeder. It can take 3, including Zakian. That leaves 2 of us walking.
Sounds like we should all stick together, especially in the dangers of the desert. If we're all going to go, then either we take the ship there or we should all walk with the speeder.
Could we not?
Two of us could go on the speeder, and I will scout while the other one ferries people. It will
It's not
take
a
me
bad.
a while.
It's not a bad.
Other
plan.
than the landing in Moshua, we could just fly out closer to the outside, drop people off. Dark after all, we just turn off the lights. It's not the first time you've flown in the dark, right, Zach?
Oh, I've done it before.
You could do that.
It's not a bad plan. We could just move it closer, since it's a 5-minute walk. At least that way, if we need to get out in a hurry, we can just run.
Should work, I guess.
Why did it take us so long to think of that?
I guess we just assumed we couldn't land outside the.
you risk
Captain hadn't had this.
you
And
risk
I
being
wave.
spotted.
I wave. I had some spice in front of them, and I had a sneaky little bump.
Okay, should we just? We just need to get this over with, right?
Yeah.
We have somewhat of a plan, which is the way we usually do these things. We always come out okay, right?
We just need to decide if the priority is retrieving the equipment or finding a way to end the bounty being reposted. Because I think we all know that will happen. There's nothing stopping it from happening. Or is that a problem for another time?
I think it's a problem for another time, but I think get caught
Yeah,
that we
it's-
have an ace.
it is definitely a problem for another time because we have all of Zakian's family on the ship that we need to get to safety.
Yeah.
So let's not
Yeah.
get into a firefight if we can avoid it. So priority Zakian stuff. Find out if they took the lightsaber or not, or who took it maybe, and then get out and go and drop his family off at Naboo.
Sure.
All right. So, who is piloting the ship? So, Zakian, you sit down in that piloting chair, and it's been a little while, and it feels you got to get your butt groove back. But you soon.
Got Z's rigid butt groove.
It feels like you're back home. You know, you flick the certain systems on, very familiar, sort of like dash of the crate thing, and you're able to pilot the ship. So you flew around. We said around, I think around 20-ish minutes by ship away from the city. Start heading a bit closer. How far out are you aiming to be?
Like a 5-minute walk, wasn't it?
Yeah, about a 5-minute walk from the main city walls.
Right, okay, cool. So, you'll be getting pretty close. There will be, as you know, a risk of being spotted by someone who is
Lights
on watch.
They lights off.
Lights
on the
are
ship,
off.
right?
Lights off, flying low.
Flying low,
Flying
lights off. Okay. I'm just debating. Make a piloting check for me. This will represent your skill in being stealthy with the ship.
Planetary, yeah.
Not planetary, no. Planetary is for like speeders and stuff. So it's
Yeah,
still
we-
it's still the other one.
It makes no difference. They're the exact same.
There you go. Well, yeah, I'm ready for the roll. Oh, he's definitely back.
Oh boy.
Even with a black dice still in there.
That's
Straight
still
back.
that is just in there for some reason for you. Remember?
Oh, right.
I don't know why. You just always have a black dice.
But those, I've put it on -1.
Yeah, just put it on -1 and then I can just
Yeah, I'm just doing this second one to test it. Okay, yeah. Actually, if
Yeah,
you
that
want to use that one,
I'll take the first roll. So, you begin to pilot towards the settlement of Moss Shooter, which you know to be it's slightly elevated in the desert on like kind of like this rocky kind of like terrace area, but there's kind of like multiple positions in the city where there are like these little makeshift ways up. There is the main electro gate on the south side if you look at your map. That's like the official way of getting in the city, right? Where most of the watch is going to be. But down south in like the shantytown area, there are areas where residents of the shadier area of the town have their own ways of getting up and down without the authorities of the city knowing. And see, that would be the way you made your way into the city when you first arrived here. So we'll say that you've flown and you're now arriving out in the desert just southeast of Moss Shooter. About, you would say, you would place bet about a 5-ish minute walk, give or take. You don't spot, I mean it's very dark, but there's no way to spot if there's any obstacles or wildlife in between you and the city now. So what is your plan?
Start walking.
Should I take the speeder in case?
Misa think it'd be more of a hindrance. If we're not going to be able to take it inside. We'll risk losing it.
Can only carry 2 as well, so it'd be pretty pointless.
Yeah.
Does the jumpsuit I put on, does it have a hood?
It does not. It does not. It cuts off around the neck.
Anyone got anything I can cloak myself with?
Can I find the pair of pants that Took gave me to put to cover my Z that one time?
They are around. Other than that, I think Do you have your old robes? Your old tattered robes? Or did they just get repaired? Or did they throw them away? Maybe they threw them away. I think you said
she took.
I think you was like, keep them.
Yeah, I said keep them. You can reuse them, and then she said, "No, what am I going to do with this?" And she threw them away.
Yeah, I think that was.
I believe I have a cloak with a hood,
Oh, yes, you do.
so I'll take it off. It might be a little, might trail behind you a little. I'll take it off.
It's like a mini Jedi.
It is quite large for you, Zakian. You could probably wrap yourself up entirely in this.
He's wearing a Sith logo with a cape. His little Darth Zakian.
As you walk in the sand, Zakian, it leaves this like large, like it covers your tracks quite well. It just leaves this kind of like groove in the sand
Oh, yeah.
as it trails along.
People are going to think Timo has slugged through there.
Yeah, it almost. I will.
Because I think it's a Jawa.
I will say, as you kind of, as the group of you step your way down off of the boarding ramp, your mother and father come to just check with you, Zakian. Your father just says like, I think he was a bit more like this, wasn't he? He was like, Zakian, are you sure you want to do this?
I have to do it.
We can get you some new tools. We'll pull the money together.
It's more than the tools. Although I really want those back.
All right. What do you need us to do?
Just wait here. Listen out for the comm link. We might need to escape quickly.
All right. I'll have Jazix ready to pilot if we need him. All right.
All right.
Okay.
You might have to fly off without us.
What?
You know, just in case.
Well, no. It's not a chance.
Gonna come to it. It's not gonna come to it, but just in case.
All right. Well. Okay. Just good luck, all of you. They kind of head back into the ship. All right. As you hear the boarding ramp closing behind you, the dim slither of light disappears, and you can barely see one another. It is so dark. The only light to guide you, northwest of you, the sort of, you can see them. They're elevated quite some way up, on this kind of like mesa cliff top. Lights of living quarters up above.
Do we want any light?
No, just follow me. I can see clearly. Follow me.
On the way, I'm gonna say to the rest of the group, if we do get captured with no means of escape, I want you to all stand as far away from me as possible.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know about that. I think I might want to stand as close as you as possible.
Depending on the circumstances, I may need to terminate myself.
If
But
Misa don't
why?
want it to come to that, see.
Yeah, stand away from me as well, because I might need to terminate myself.
I've always been considering it. I've always been jealous of that. I want to get one of them neural links. Be like a double detonator up my ass. Neural link it so I can do that too.
We could make that happen.
Well, if you want that, then maybe I'll stand as close to me as possible.
I'd rather, Mr. Rather not. See, if you're going to do it, let me know so I can pick you up and then force you towards the enemy. You can be a distraction in that sense.
Glad to be of service.
All of you have death wishes. It's so strange.
Yeah, what happened to having faith, guys? Come on. We're going to
It's-
do this.
It's not a death wish, I have information I cannot risk losing.
Is that to do with Mechas 3?
Affirmative.
All right.
I put my stealth background on.
Stealth background. Oh, brilliant! I'm gonna give you a blue dice. All right, so the group of you start to make your way through the sands, the desert sands. The cold is chilling to the bone. Takes you around 5-ish minutes before you reach the bottom of these kind of cliffs. Along your way, every now and then, the sound of something in the darkness. But nothing seems to approach you. You'll get a black dice.
This is my stealth. This is my stealth background. Okay, it makes me stealthy.
You'll get a black dice.
Yeah.
But you're able to make your way, and Z, I'm not going to make you roll. Actually, I am, because it is very dark. I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask all of you to, in fact, who would be leading this group? What's the marching order? Who is in the front?
I think
Zakian
the one
did
that can
say he
see,
could
right?
see, because you have
Yeah.
that's
I
part
think
of
I'll
being
be
a
like-
Chad Rafan, right? You have like night vision, I believe.
I think I'd be right next to Zakian because I'd be quite eager to like get in there and start scouting.
Okay. All right. So if those two are leading, and the rest of you three are kind of like following along, Zakian and Z, roll a perception check for me. Z, do you have like night vision as part of your sheet, or is that not?
No, I really should get that.
We'll fit it when we for Tatooine.
All right. So does that mean that Zakian, you just don't suffer black dice on perception checks to do with darkness?
I just don't suffer.
Oh, it's keen senses, isn't it? Yeah.
Acute senses.
I think it's like 2 less, right? So if it was like 3, you'd suffer 1. All right, well, that's fine. So if you go ahead, if you go ahead and roll first, please, then Zakian.
All right.
And I'm ready for you. All right, just absolutely destroying it once again.
And I used that advantage to add a blue dice to Z's roll.
You absolutely can. I believe it's only 1 to do that, or is it 2 to do that?
I think it's 1 for the next roll. But it's 2 to choose, isn't it?
Yeah, it's to a specific person, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. So Z, I'm going to add a blue dice to your dice pool. So you can go ahead and make a perception check as well. All right. Brilliant.
That was important.
Can I use that to heal some strain?
You can, or you can use it to notice something bonus about the situation.
Or use it to notice something 100%.
All right. So as you approach, you do spot a couple of ladders, actually. All of them made from like scrap metal and wood by the residents up above. A lot of them looking pretty precarious, pretty dangerous to climb. The few, like probably around 50 to 60 feet up these cliff edges. But Z, with that advantage and that noticing, you actually do spot one that is actually like attached. Most of them are just hanging over the edge by whatever's securing them at the top. You notice one that seems to have been built here for longer, and probably the one you would have used back in your first visit, and it looks much more secure. And you're able to point that out to the group.
Yeah, I'll lead everyone over to that.
All right, perfect. So we'll say that is like here on. I've just drawn a little green ladder on
Beautiful.
On the edge of the cliff there, and you're able to enter that kind of like southern area of the shanty town. As you kind of get to the top, who went up the ladder first?
Me.
Zakian, as you peek over the top, you do see you're kind of like in what seems to be maybe the back area of a warehouse or something. Have a little look around. Don't seem to be anyone here right now. You're able to get up and you kind of head out of that little, like it's like a little small little like a compound storage like lot. Doesn't seem to be anyone here right now, and there's like fences on either side of you to sort of cover anyone from seeing in. You're able to all, one by one, make your way up that ladder. And you're in the shanty town of Moss Shooter. You need to make your way towards the palace.
So you can see better now, right?
Every now and like it's still quite dark, but the surrounding sort of abodes of people with fires lit and lights on kind of every now and then illuminates areas of the streets. There's not like street lights in the shantytown. I'd say you definitely see some kind of like rudimentary lighting in the main area of the city, like lanterns draped across wires between the streets. But in this area, not so much. So what is your plan? You're all heading, or just Z?
Yeah.
All right. So the group of you make your way north. You tread your way across. As you pass through the streets of Shantytown, you see like the odd kind of like resident just sitting in an alleyway, having a drink, having a bit of spice. Kind of like shady groups of people having meetings in alleyways. But you make your way out. Doesn't seem like people really pay too much attention to you. Make your way across a bit of a swinging rope bridge between a gap in the cliff spot. You make your way up. You follow the road left past the scrap heap, the junk shop which you had visited all so long ago, where that shopkeep had been not too kind to his droid. And before long, you see the opening area here in front of Tima's Palace, where the Jawa traders have set up their little market, which looks closed up for the night. As well as the traders to your left looks closed up as well. What I'll do is I'll just leave Zatkin's token on the map just to represent the group here, and that's roughly where you are. And you can see now, straight ahead, just through the gap, you see the Colosseum. You don't hear anything, you don't see anything. It doesn't seem like it's in use right now. You do spot. Zatkin, you spot this. The rest of you are struggling to see. It is dimly lit here, we'll say. But Zatkin, you can see clearly. There are guards around the Colosseum still. And just past the Colosseum, you see that lingering kind of dome-like shell structure of Tima's Palace, kind of dominating the cityscape. It looks busier. You do see people.
That was an accident. I thought it would be a token. I'm so sorry.
So you just popped into the map. Oh.
Like super fat as well.
That's funny. Yeah, you do see, and all of you probably could see this, and sort of actually hear, like, is there a party going on, like a feast or something? There's certainly an event of some kind going on in the palace.
This may be a very good thing.
Yeah, there'll be less guards in the cells.
And the noise may disguise some of our actions. If it comes to it, it may even cover the sound of blasters. If it comes to it.
This is true, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. We need to try and find a way in. You want to do some scouting?
Affirmative.
Maybe take Zach in with you, because he can see clearly.
Now the rain has come.
Fucking...
Are the edges of the palace, like, lit, at least? Like, to a point where I would be able to see?
If you got closer, sure. It would help your ability to see. Like, you can see in the distance, like, silhouettes of people moving in and out of the palace. But it's just the space between you and it that you're not so clear on. Mm-hmm. That kind of large opening between you and the Colosseum is very, very dimly lit.
I will go alone, but I will be on the comm link.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna put my hood up and start like dart into an alleyway and start making my way towards the
make
palace.
your way. All right. So you guys watch as Z sort of takes on this kind of more stealthy approach and disappears into the alleyway ahead of you and out of sight. Z, go ahead and make a stealth check as you approach closer towards Tima's Palace as the voices of what seem to be party goers gets louder, and the sort of gentle thud of maybe some music begins to
I
get louder.
have an ability where I get blue dice on stealth and coordination checks.
All right, how many blue dice, sir?
Just one at the minute.
Just one. All right, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna give you an extra blue dice as well because you are stealthing in quite a dark area.
I have my stealth background. So.
And you have your stealth background, which is bright red.
Very stealthy.
It's just the
It was
inside of
best, like,
Z's eyes.
It felt stealthy to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it. Go for it, mate. Oh, very nice. All right. So,
Ooh.
there's a couple of moments as you get close. You think it best to slip down an alleyway because from your vague memories, you want to head to the south side of the building and see what you can see around there, right? So you see the alleyway between the bounty office and sort of the front gate. So you head through that and curve around. There's a moment in there where, as you pass that kind of the street, you cut across, and there's a couple of Gamorrean guards by the main entrance of the gate, which kind of just think they might have heard something. You see them kind of look over their shoulders, but then they go back to whatever they were doing. You skirt round.
Yeah. Can I use that to advantage to get rid of strain?
Absolutely.
Just because I feel like I'm going to be doing a lot of checks, so
Sure.
I want to be safe.
Sure. Cool. You make your way up and round, closer to Tima's Palace, and that's when the voices and the music starts to get louder, and you do see people going in and out of the main entrance, which does have guards on it. You see 2 or 3 Gamorrean guards, as well as some a human gentleman and a Weequay gentleman on the main door. Taking a moment just to observe people coming and going. All right, you're on the south side, so then you turn your attention to, you hear the rumbling of something. A speeder comes in around the corner, and the rest of you guys hear this as well. A speeder coming from south.
Can I see it?
You do see it heading out. It's sort of in the main opening. It heads past, comes out from the alleyway where the Jawa Traders is to your left. And you guys know that round there is like the cantina and the bathhouse where you were hidden out all the time ago. And it heads out across that main courtyard, past the alleyway where you guys are hiding. And then it heads round past the Colosseum and towards the palace. That's where Z, you see it. And it heads towards a door on the south side of the building that as it approaches, just opens up. You see a Celestin gentleman and a oh god, I can't remember the blooming name. A human female. I don't remember the blooming name. Dressed in kind of like serving robes. Open the door. One of them has kind of like a data pad in their hand. They input some things and then they let the speeder come in. This seems to be like a service type door. And you see Z on the back of the speeder, like crates and barrels. Some kind of delivery arriving through there. Door closes again.
I am gonna, just to kind of get the best idea of possible other doors, I'm gonna try and make my whole way round.
Okay.
The outside of the palace.
So you know the backside is sort of hanging over the edge of the cliff.
Ah, I see.
So you would have to go directly past the front sort of curve and the front side of the building, which would take you quite close to the entrance that is very busy if you want to do that.
Yeah, screw that. I'll make my way back to the group.
All right. So that probably takes you around 10-ish minutes because you're being careful. The rest of you guys waiting in anticipation. You see that speeder pass, and then things go quiet again for another 5. And then your teammate steps out of the shadows.
There is a service door on the south side. There was a speeder taking in barrels and crates, probably food and wine at a guest for the party. There were only 2 guards that I could see. The main entrance is a no-go. There are guards and guests and...
So this door isn't. we could grab the speeder quick. Always, taking in some cargo.
Were the guards on the outside or the inside?
They were inside the door, but they did have a data pad, so I don't know if it would be that easy to convince them we're meant to be there.
Yeah, true.
Anyone can talk their way in. It's Carlisle.
Yes, look at Carlisle.
As that moment of silence, as you all look at Carlisle, you hear again as the speeder that just delivered, you assume to be the same one, passes by again and goes back towards the cantina.
We could try our luck and wait for another speeder and commandeer it with the cargo.
It's not a bad idea. Should we so wait and if there's one more?
We would need to do it quietly, or our entire operation fails before we've even entered.
Affirmative.
Did we see it go to the cantina?
It
Stop at the
heads-
cantina.
It heads down the road where you know the cantina is out of view. That road is lit, but that's kind of like round a bend from where you are. You could go and take a look if you wanted.
It's unlikely that that's going to be their last shipment. Right. It's out there shipping things in from outside of my shooter this time of night. We could actually go directly to the source.
It's not a bad idea.
I think this could work. The only other issue is how do we get multiple of us inside?
How many drivers? It's one per speeder, right?
We had very big speeders.
But if two of yous manage to make it in, quietly take care of the guards, then you can open the door, let the rest of us in.
How big was the cargo?
How big was the cargo?
It was like barrels of assumed ale and beers and things like that, and like wine, like kegs, keg size, quite big, but
It was
Big enough to fit a
I had the same thought.
human and a Weequay, maybe a Gungan.
if you were to tamper with the cargo and make it look like it was it'd be hard to, because it wasn't covered up. It was just crates and barrels sitting in the back.
Yeah, but you empty them.
If you emptied them, it's possible. It'd be a squeeze.
Not for me.
Not for you, but for your larger friends.
So we should just head down the alley, see if we can find out where it's coming from.
It seems like it's heading towards the cantina. So that may be our best bet.
Seems like a good way to get in quietly, and a plausible reason.
All right. You head round and down towards that way. You hear like the sound of the dewbacks in the stables as you pass by, and you get that smell of manure in your nose as you pass. You see the cantina, not very busy. On a night like tonight, it actually seems potentially closed. And you do catch the tail end of the speeder, the kind of like a service speeder heading round a corner and just behind the cantina.
I'm gonna see if I can peek around and see, like, just check that it is going into like a door into the cantina.
So you make your way all the way down that street towards, and as you get outside the cantina, you hear no noise inside. You don't hear any kind of like music or sound of patrons. You can make the assumption that this is closed for tonight. Make your way to the corner of the road, and as you look round, you see the speeder sat in the street, sat on it, a very bored-looking Rhodian gentleman, just kind of with his fist on his chin, just sitting waiting. He doesn't seem to spot you. He's just kind of looking down at the ground. And a door opens and you see a Nikito gentleman, kind of like horned, kind of similar to how Took looks, very kind of like leathery, wrinkled skin with some horns out of his eyebrows and his cheeks. Sits on the speeder next to him. Ugh. They want another shipment. Can you believe it? And the Rhodian just kind of looks at him. They always want another shipment. And they just sit and kind of like banter between themselves for a moment before they get up and start heading back inside. And if you observe for any longer, you see them beginning to put more goods onto the back of the speeder there.
If we are going to act, we need to do it now. They'll be leaving soon. Or at least once they've loaded the...
Wait, did you say we heard that, or was it...
If any of the rest of you were there, you would have heard it.
If not, I'd find the rest of you and tell you.
Describe that he sounds a little bit like me.
Sounds kind of similar.
Looks a little bit possible.
Just need a couple of horns.
Are we attacking them or are we bribing them?
Misa can try to get them to forget their jobs.
That would be the best.
I am also concerned that there may be some sort of procedure or passcode. So if we could try to bribe them, and then you do your Jedi thing, Sith thing, the thing.
There's a day badge we need.
Misa can try. Misa been working on this.
So, Bib, are you going round the corner to where they're working?
Well, I want to see if these... Are you planning to bribe them first?
If that's happening, I feel like we need Kalal.
Okay, so who is stepping out?
Whereabouts are they?
So they are round the corner in like kind of like a service anyway. You see like a door open on the back of the cantina, and then the Nikto gentleman is like hauling barrels and putting them on the back, and the Rhodian is kind of helping him as they lift and load another shipment of ale and goods onto the back of this speeder. You hear them kind of bantering between themselves as they're working.
I'll step round.
They don't seem to notice you at first. They're just like, come on, put your back into it, you bloody... As they load another heavy barrel. The Nikto gentleman takes a look over his shoulder. The Rhodian, who has his back to you, kind of turns around. He's got like green skin, 2 antennas, big blue, shiny eyes. Us?
Hey, you two. You both seem like hard workers.
Well, yeah, I think we were pretty hard, yeah. What are you, an inspector or something?
Far from it. No, you don't have to worry. Just a passerby who heard you, I overheard your conversation, I won't lie. And I'm sure that Timo would be displeased with hearing someone complaining about serving him.
What is this?
This
Who are you?
I am someone who is willing to give you a few credits to let us do your job for you.
What's the catch?
The cat? You get to walk away with some credits, and you don't have to do the next shipment.
Make a persuasion or a coercion or a negotiation. Let me just... I keep closing my dice pool because I'm a silly goose. I'm going to make this...
I need to check what my fucking... It's been so long I can't remember what my skills are.
Light side. Light side. Light side.
No, it's actually...
I'll let you know up front. I'm making this an easy check. They
it's an easy check?
They seem mostly on board at the statement of I'll pay you to let us do your job.
Okay.
Light side anyway.
It is tempting. We have got.
You
a
got
number of
4.
them. I'm gonna use the light side.
All right, go ahead and click the
I
button, my
might-
dude.
Might need it. No, I'm gonna use it.
All right.
Where you got? Where you got?
All right.
I cheaped out on that one, but
They look at each other. Fucking deal, mate. Yeah, go on. Oh,
Deal.
we're out for a drink of our own then, and they kind of just walk off to wherever they're heading.
And we hadn't even paid them yet.
they don't even want the credits.
They
right?
wait for they wait for the credits first.
I will take out 50 each and just see what their response is to that. I'll gauge it.
They wait for a moment just to see if you give them anything else.
I give them a look of that's it.
All right. Thanks. Oh, safe working. Yeah, don't throw your back out. Remember, lift from the knees, not the back. And they just walk off. They're happy.
Jerking nudge.
Safety first.
I will walk out and back towards the group. Well, it seems we've got ourselves a job. Congratulations, you're all employed by Timo.
Right, into the cargo.
Never get to try this new trick.
And
Come on then.
Zakian takes off the cloak and just kind of leaves it on the floor. And just walks and climbs straight into one of the cargo loads.
Pick it up. That's so disrespectful. Shake the sand off. Hate sand. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere.
Oh no.
There's one accession, guys. There's one accession, and that was today's.
All right. But, so, Zakian, you're able to pop one of the lids of one of the crates, and you kind of chuck out some seems like that kind of sound like bags of nuts or something. You're not too sure. Just chuck them out. You can climb
God,
in.
I'm allergic.
You die. New character. You're able to hop into that crate quite easily.
He opens it up and he goes, "Oh, I get a snack as well."
You save a bag of
I've not eaten for a while.
Yeah, you can go ahead and munch down on those. That's absolutely fine. The rest of you guys, there are enough for 2 of you to sit on here at the front. But that leaves what the rest of you are going to do. You could clear out some of the cargo and sit on the back, but you know that 2 people were working on this speeder before.
Yeah.
I don't think I would fit in one of the crates, but it may be good to have a worker and their security droid. Perhaps the night has been dangerous.
So, maybe. Yes.
I will
Could
be
try
honest.
Problem is we stick out. Since we were the ones that. Well, we didn't. I guess we didn't get seen. Quite typically hired for jobs like this, as bad as it sounds.
A Gungan wizard wouldn't be employed for something like this.
That's true, but you have your tricks. And I also feel confident about being able to get us inside if we are met with any guards at the door. I think we all have our skills of getting us inside. It's about who will do it. I'll get in a crate. But
on the
I'm
other
happy with
hand, I may not fit in a crate, but I could deactivate myself, look like a... I don't know if it will work. Just look like a
The entertainment.
unused droid.
Like the
Entertainment, perhaps.
deactivate entertainment droid. Give you a few flashy lights.
Or perhaps Timo likes to witness assassination at his parties. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, sounds likely.
It means one of us is getting in the crate.
You can join me. And he just chunks out a bag of nuts.
Misa could get in the crate. Z is deactivated in the cargo, and you 2 drive a speeder each. Carla, are you comfortable
It's
driving?
only, no, it's only one.
It's 2 speeders, isn't it?
No, it's one speeder. 2 people can fit on 1 speeder.
Oh, my bad. I thought it was 2 speeders. Right. Okay.
The answer to that question is yes. I can drive vehicles. That's a little different to a starship, but I can.
It's not that different.
Well, I got
So-
my license.
You should drive and took the muscle, the carrier.
How convenient. But, so
Or
your
you
life.
be ready in case we need your tricks.
Is there somewhere I can fit in this crate and also see out? We make a hole or something?
It'd be good if you could, so you could use your trick if we need it.
Misa can keep an eye out and see what's going on.
I mean,
Do you have to see the person? Do you have to talk with them for it to work, or how does it work?
As long as Misa can see them.
you'd need to talk to them for that.
They'd need to see me as well.
Yeah, you'd need to like pop out and be like,
Yeah.
"Woo-doo-doo-doo," which could work, but
It could work. Element of surprise.
Yeah, you could make it work.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's,
you'd be able to like sit in one of the crates and sort of peek out and then
Yeah.
just listen in and then.
I mean, I can just listen. Yeah, Misa, get in the crate. If you just seem to be having trouble getting past, Misa can try to.
Not emptying everything from the crates, right?
Misa try something.
We need something we can at least not drink.
There's still kegs of alcohol that would be untouched.
Okay, yeah, we got these.
All right. So you
Alright.
assume your positions.
Yeah.
Climb
what,
into
me-
the
me
into
and
the
Zach-
largest crate and you and Zach. Yeah, we'll say it's big enough for you and Zach can just sit. Very cramped, but you're inside.
Oh, what, we're both in the same one?
Yeah, there's like
Yeah.
one big box. We'll say there's 2 barrels, and then there's a little room just enough for Z to squeeze in. And are you shutting down properly, or are you
I'm gonna turn all of my lights off and kind of like tuck my knees.
just
in
pretend
close to my
you're in a
chest.
shutdown state?
Yeah, and make sure my Z is like covered up with my cloak.
That's fine. You can be covered by a cloak. That's okay. And
Wait, so-
then
Bip Bip's in the crate with me.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mhm.
yeah, and then Took and Kalal, you're able to sit on the speeder and begin making your way towards the hut palace. As you get out of that alleyway and into the street, you're not stopped by anyone. You make your way out across that main courtyard, past the Colosseum. There's a couple of guards standing in that area. They kind of glance past you, but they don't really seem to take a second look, as they are expecting, seemingly, the speeder to be coming by any moment now. So you pass through. You approach the area of the building that Z had described to you, a door towards the south, more of a service style door. And as you get closer, you're not really sure if it's gonna open, and that kind of dread sets in if this is gonna work. As you get closer and closer, the door opens as you get within 5-10 feet. Standing there, a human woman, and oh god, I don't remember what I said. And a bloke, and a Duros male. It's a different guy now. Approach you in kind of like these gold and like red robes. The delivery, good. Tima will be pleased. Do you see the Duros male? The woman is the one who greets you. Please, bring it through. And they kind of guide you in the doorway as it closes behind you. We're just gonna have a quick glance. Make sure everything's here. Is that okay? Duros steps forward towards the back of the cart, and then he takes a moment.
Hold on. There's but that shipment of the Nala frogs here. Be careful, they're a little bit jittery.
Right. And
It's handled. are professionals.
The Juros gentleman kind of just takes a moment. The other two skimping off the job again?
No, their shift came to an end. It's us now for the rest of the night.
Right. I'll be very careful of the frogs, yes. Looks over the back of the speeder. The word just escaped my mind. Looks over the back of the speeder, places his hand on the crate, and Bip Bip and Zakin, you hear that like as he just touches it. And this is the frogs, huh?
The frogs. It's our team who likes them.
Something wrong.
We weren't expecting any frogs.
Oh, fuck.
That
That,
sounds like that sounds like a problem on your end. We have them here. We need to deliver them, and I don't want to be the one to tell Timo that they're not being delivered. We can take them back if you would like to explain that to him yourself.
Make a deception check.
Oh God.
Or a coercion or a persuasion or one of those ones. Negotiation. This is going to be a difficult check.
What kind of check would you like specifically?
I'm gonna.
Is there
It's
specific
a
one?
hard difficulty check.
Just any kind of social one.
Oh, this is probably. There's not a direct deception one, is there? That's coercion we've been using, I believe.
No, there's deception.
I always get the skills so confused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
There's
so
no
do I.
persuasion.
Deception, please.
There is deception.
It's
Okay.
persuasion that is charm, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got ya. Yeah, deception, please.
I would like to do something.
What would you like to do?
Actually, do you know what? Maybe it's not even worth it at this point. Maybe it's just worth. Maybe it's worth the light side again.
yeah,
It's
like
your
that, like
choice.
that.
I'm gonna. Do you know what? I'm gonna use a light side. Can I do that to succeed?
You can do that to succeed.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I think
Alright.
it's not worth the risk, even with what I was gonna do.
I'll add it to the charter. Takes his hand off the crate for a moment and just taps on the data pad. I always hated those things. They get everywhere. They reproduce like wombats.
Jittery little things, but you can't knock a hut for their taste, can you?
And you watch as he smirks a little bit. And then he makes a fist in his hand. And he bashes the box. They make an interesting noise, though. Boom!
Oh, shit.
That's
Just kind of
odd.
do like a scurrying noise.
Make
Up against the like sides.
Make a. Oh shit! I guess deception check. Let's see what we got here. You could argue survival if you're familiar with the creature. What did you say they were called? Took what kind of frogs?
Nala frogs.
Nala.
They are the ones that in Revenge of the Sith, these like Jabba's eating them.
Got ya.
How'd you
Nala
spell that?
frogs.
Nala, Nala.
Oh, true.
Oh, I really wish I didn't try to be like a little smarty law pants because that was
Now we're fucked.
Yeah, I would say
we had booze.
deception or survival. I would say. And
What was that, sorry?
deception or survival check. I keep closing this. Gosh, no, I don't close it. It's just gone minimized. That's why. How do I get that back? It's gone like invisible. What the hell? It's like translucent. I can't click on it. Ewan, what's going on?
What's happening?
Oh, I got it. It worked that time. All right, cool. The dice pool was like translucent, and I couldn't actually interact with it. All right, I'll make that a medium check.
They're Nala tree frogs, by the way, not just Nala frogs. If you
Alright.
wanted to look them up.
Go on then, Zach. If you're the one stepping up to try and imitate this creature by tapping on the crate to imitate movement, I suppose. Go for it. I mean, are you sure they're okay? I don't hear them. They're moving in there. Whatever, not my problem.
They're alive. They're alive. That's the main thing, right? You look like a the tree frog advocate to me. One of them animal activists. One of them, are you?
I haven't got time for this. Please, just the party relies on the flow of booze, and the flow of booze relies on us getting that speeder in that room. So please hurry up. Thank you.
Hey, sure.
Good. My assistant will show you where to go. The woman starts to lead the way down the hallway, and brings you into like a smaller kind of like unloading area. Just leave the crates here,
I didn't ask about the droid.
Oh yeah. Shit.
Too late.
Too late.
I'm very stealthy. I look like a crate. I'm playing prop hunt over here.
You were covered with a. You were covered with a.
Background.
The stealth background, and you were covered with a cloak, and the tree frogs distracted him. That's an interesting droid. What's that for?
Oh, okay.
No, she doesn't say anything. She just says, "Please, leave the cargo here. I'll see you out when you're done, or if you need any assistance."
We should be fine. But the frogs. This gentleman here is actually a specialist with them, so we've been informed to remain to be able to transport them up before they, in case they are manhandled inappropriately.
That sounds like that's fine. Yes, of course.
Yes, I'd like to keep my head as well.
Yes, as would we all. Good luck. She kind of leaves the room and leaves you to unload the cargo.
Oh, you squirmy little buggers, and I give the
Frogs?
a slap.
Frog took... Why couldn't you just say booze? Why frogs?
Come on, I love frogs.
Can we come out now?
Yes, I think
Yeah,
it's...
you
What, can I do like a little
Gonna-
perception check to see if there's anyone else around?
Go for it.
Alrighty.
You have a look around. You're in a
Sure.
fairly small room. There's like a slight there's like a little ramp that leads up to another doorway. On the north side, the south side is the room, the door you came through. Seems fairly empty.
Do I pick up any like immediate security cameras in like
Don't
along
seem to spot any security cameras. No.
I'm gonna take the lid off the crate, stand up exactly like this, and just stare down Took. You should call me a frog again. We're going to have problems.
I didn't even realize that. We actually had big gnarly tree frog in the cargo.
You are running a very fine line, Took.
As much as I would love to see you two go head to head, perhaps we should keep
Head to
our eyes
head.
on the plan.
Head to head, I'll take off his head.
Oh, who's gonna pay you then?
You don't pay me anyway. We've
Hey,
been
Joe.
through this.
Paid you a few days ago. What you done with it?
Whatever.
I mean, I didn't
good?
pay you. I didn't pay any of you.
As the squabbling ensues, I use a dark side point to remind you
Shit.
you are inside the Hut Palace of Timo the Hut. Keep your voices down. You hear a voice in the back of your head. A stern warning.
That's a warning that we're gonna die, guys, if we fuck this up.
You see in the room other crates of goods that had been presumably shipped here before the shipment before you. And yeah, like I mentioned before, on the north side, like kind of like a little ramp that leads up towards another door, and past that door, you do hear, Zakian, you hear it quite clearly, the thudding of music coming from the main sort of event that is going on here. The rest of you hear it a little faintly, as if it is quite some distance away within this building. What do you wish to do?
We still need to find a way to prison, right, Zakian? That where you think your stuff is?
Yeah. As he climbs out of the crate, like shells off and nuts just fall off him onto the floor.
Hold on. I know you said don't split up, but if we don't leave with this speed up, they are gonna come in and allow the guard.
You did give them a viable reason to stay a little longer, though, with the frogs.
True.
So we have a little bit of extra time, but not long.
And
At the very least, we can stay in this room.
you do remember from before, it didn't leave immediately, Z. It took the whole 5-minute journey of you getting back, and then a little longer for it to come back. So you might have a little bit of time here. Before
I'm gonna
suspicions
pick
are
up the
aroused.
cargo crate then. I'm gonna grab the cargo crate.
Yeah, it's quite light now. No one's inside of it. It's basically an empty crate. There's some remnants of nuts left inside. Hello, camera. What am I, Sam Jacob?
Yeah, it's just moved on.
That
Hey,
was,
Not a
there
single
you go.
problem.
that was a fucking burn. Sam, you gonna take that?
Look. I have my own problems with my camera. If anyone else is insulting it, continue. I fucking hate it.
All right. So you take hold of this crate. It's like a metal. We'll say this is like a metal crate. It's quite big, but you can carry it one hand, like on your own. Now that it's mostly empty.
Yeah, I'll carry it for sake of if they look.
Just like
Still there.
let's cover, sure.
Yep.
Are you choosing to head out the door? Which door are you going out of? Where you came, or to the north?
Stay here whilst the others search. You're right that if we're not here when they get back, if they do come in to check, they will probably go on to some kind of alert, which is the last thing we need.
Yeah, we do.
We need to be in and out of here as quick as possible. So, perhaps you should go now. Find whatever way down, get the gear, and come back here, and we'll leave as soon as possible.
Who is going?
I guess us three, right?
Yeah,
Point to Z and Zakin.
We better get a move on.
Let's get moving.
All right.
Sweat! I can hear someone singing in my house.
We need... That is terrifying.
That is terrifying.
Is that the ghost? Is that the ghost?
I don't know. It's like every so often I just hear this little faint, like.
And your final card.
Fans of Natural Wonders should be aware that Sam's house is haunted by some creepy
fully
old man
is.
ghost.
Yeah, he lives in my attic, and
I slept in the ghost room.
Lives in your attic.
You slept in the.
no, he lives on the stairs.
Yeah, I
but-
slept in
Did
the
you get any-
hallway once. I got
Ghost
very
stories?
drunk.
Recent.
I got very drunk and slept in Sam's hallway. Where the ghost room is. It was an enlightening experience.
That is
I digress.
horrifying. That is horrifying. So, just to be clear, Took and Kalal, are you planning on remaining in this room, acting like you're working here?
We'll take the crate. I'll start taking the drink crates in, etc.
So you're unloading the
right.
cargo, and the other the rest of you, Zakian, Z, Bip Bip, you're gonna head up out of that north door into the hut palace. All right. So as you guys begin unloading what's left of the cargo, and the three of you, pardon me, head up the small ramp and towards the door, you are able to open the door, and it leads you out into a hallway that splits off in a couple of directions. The main hallway seems to lead north, this kind of central running hallway, and you hear down that hallway the thudding of the bass of this music being played. You know that probably that is the throne room and the area in which the party is ongoing. It splits off to your left and leads off into a more kind of shadowed hallway with some doors leading off either side, and perhaps into darkness, a little bit more shady area of the palace. And to your right, similarly, more doors, and it turns off to the right at the end of that hallway. So to your right, it goes off and then turns right again out of view.
Can we recall being in this hallway before?
You cannot.
I say we.
You think back, you think you might. I mean, a lot of these hallways look kind of familiar. Like, all of this area looks sort of familiar, perhaps.
Did you say the other way looked like it went to, like, a...
Oh, is it happened? Has it gone?
A bit of...
Oh.
What?
Just try again. Start again. Rewind.
What happened?
The ghost restarted your
Anyway.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'll tell you what, actually. I'm going to be kind. Being in this zone, it's starting to trigger some memories of your escape route, and you do actually remember that hallway to your right is the way you ran to get out, and you know that round that corner it leads to like a small storage room with windows which you had been able to all climb out of and out into the street, and that would take you out the way you escaped before. So you know that the prisons aren't that way. You don't remember running from the main palace room, so that leads you through process of elimination. It has to have been somewhere down that left corridor. One of those doors, one of those rooms has to have been where you ran from.
Hey, I guess we start heading down that way then.
Yeah, which...
All right.
I'm gonna, like, be trying to be, like, light-footed and, like, somewhat stealthy, but still just look like a droid walking down the corridor, not actively being like, ooh, I'm stealthy.
I am going to ask for stealth checks.
Yes.
Okay. You want one now?
Yes. I'm going to ask Z to roll first, because he's going to get a blue dice, because he is Z.
Are you ready for me?
Bit of favoritism, but okay.
Yes, sir. I am ready.
It's because the stealth background.
You get to do perceptions first, Zakian. Stum. That is a fail from Z, with a lot of triumph, a lot of advantage, but it is a fail. All right, and Zakian and Bip Bip, please. Success from Zakian, but with some threat. Fail from Bip Bip. Okay, so as you guys head out into the hallway,
Amzi Gungan.
you sort of you watch your teammates out the door and disappear left as you're working away. And you guys make your way down that hallway for a little bit. You pass a couple of doors. It can't have been these ones. They don't look familiar. They don't look like prison cells either. They look like chambers and like perhaps like abodes within this palace. Extra rooms for guests. You pass some toilets. You pass a small, what seems to be guard room. And you don't realise it at the time, but as you pass, Z and Bip Bip, the two of you are not walking as quietly as you thought you were. And as you pass that guard room, you get perhaps another 10 feet down the hall, and that's when Zakian, you drop... Oh, you don't have anything on you. I can't say you drop something. Never mind. Never mind. You trip up on your laces.
Zakian, your balls drop.
You're not even wearing shoes. God damn it. Bip Bip. Zakian. Good night. Your foot catches on a groove in the floor, and you just stumble for a moment. And you hear behind you the riling of...
success.
Yeah, but you rolled some threat in there as well. You hear the sound combined with the failures of your friends. You hear the sound of some sort of something rumbling and some riling in the guard suite behind you. It's a vampire.
Universal Hydra appears.
Sounds like someone getting up and grabbing something, and they are heading, you assume, out of the room to apprehend you.
Are we right by a door?
There are doors nearby, yeah? There's like one to your left, one bit further up to the right.
Can I try and open the one to the left?
You push the door and it does open. It seems to be like a small toilet.
Alright, quick in here.
Yeah.
Alright.
The room for all three of us?
It's cramped, but you fit.
Okay.
The three of you rush into the singular toilet.
Dodgy if someone looks under.
No, it's not like a cubicle door.
Just in the middle of a corridor.
You just see two droid feet, Gungan feet.
And then they could probably see all of Zakian.
The three of you quickly bundle into the toilet and close the door behind you. And you hear the sound of someone walking out in the hallway. They walk past the door. You hear them for a moment. You hear them come back. Who's in there?
Oh, I must have got lost. I was just looking for a toilet.
Right, well, come out and I'll show you back to the party. This area is off limits.
Why are we sending Zakian out? Why Zakian? Why not?
Wait.
Come on.
Sure. Let me just wipe.
All right, you got 30 seconds.
It won't take that long.
I'm gonna take my cape off and put it on Zakian. I'll be your security droid.
How you want to explain me in the fucking room?
Just stay here, I don't know.
I open the door.
Just to be... He can't see you, for one. Also, you are all talking and they're whispering. I need you all to make stealth checks. In fact, Zakian, you're the one who spoke loudly, so I want Z and Bip Bip to make stealth checks. To see how hushed your voice is. Z, you go first.
Why are you talking? I had a plan.
Still get blue
Toilet
dice.
orgy, alright?
Hey, being right.
Okay, Z, well done. And Bip Bip. Who's in there with you? Come on.
I'm opening the door. It's my security droid.
Odd sounding droid. Come on.
Alright, I open the door. And as I do, I quickly pull out Bip Bip's lightsaber, ignite it, and...
Oh my
Where did
god.
you get that from?
Well, you have it on your belt, right? Just under your cloak side.
Yeah.
Are you going to try and
We
stop
are
him
all,
from
I
doing
guess,
that?
squished together.
I mean, I would know if someone's taken my lightsaber.
All right. So I want you to make a contested. It's going to be a contested check.
Here we go.
Will it be skullduggery?
If you're trying to pickpocket, yeah, it'll be skullduggery versus vigilance or perception from Bip Bip. Bip Bip, which of those two would you rather use, vigilance or perception?
Perception.
All right, what is your stat in perception, sir?
It's 2 yellow, 1 green.
2 yellow, 1 green. All right, so I'm going to put 2 red, 1 purple. Zakian, you can go ahead and roll your skullduggery. I'm ready for you. Bip Bip, you quickly catch Zakian's hand as he reaches out for your lightsaber. In the moment of the door opening, you see a guard standing in front of you.
If he's going, all I'm going is go.
He sees the hand flitch away from your belt. I don't even want to know what's going on in here. Just come on. All 3 of you. Come on.
I said we got lost.
Out. That way. Party. Let's go.
Oh.
Which the party?
Follow me. I'll show you.
But
How many is there? Just him?
So
Just-
tempted
it's just him.
to kill him in the toilet.
It's just this one. It is a weak way gentleman.
can
Just-
I ask him a question? Sir, before we go.
Right. Hang on. I'm not a server, alright? No, I cannot get you a drink. No, I will not get...
I'm going to ask you to get the drink. Hold on. How much do you like your job?
How much do I like my job?
Yes.
A lot less right now. Please.
Great.
We can...
I want
we
to
can-
try and buy trick the fucker.
We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Oh, okay. And that is?
Either you follow me to the party, and you can go about your evening, or I'll take you to the holding cells, and you'll stay there the night.
Oh yeah, let's go to the cells.
What is this? Is this some kind of fucking joke to you?
At this point, I want to attempt to mind trick him.
What are you saying to him?
I want to say that you ruined my train of thought with that fucking cells. Taking us to the cells.
That's good. That's good though.
Yeah, I know.
Come on then.
I think you should execute him for kink shaming there. To be honest, with you.
To provoke him,
He never kink shamed.
To provoke him, I'm gonna act like, you know, cheap droid and just lift my hand up and poke him right between the eyes. Just.
He shoves you back. Don't you touch me. Right.
I'm really sorry.
That's it. That's it. Do I?
We belong here, and you are going to take us to the prison cells.
All right. What does he need to roll?
Right. Let's figure this out. So, influence basic power. So I need to roll a light or dark side thing.
Okay.
But then control. The forced user may make an opposed discipline versus discipline check.
Okay.
And if I succeed on the check, I can get him to believe something for 5 minutes.
Okay. Perfect.
So, which would be that
Go ahead.
we belong here, and he's going to take us. So,
Isn't it longer out of combat? Isn't it 5 minutes in combat?
it's five. Yeah, it's 1 round. No, it's either one round
okay.
or 5 minutes.
Okay,
depends on
gotcha.
the situation we are.
Gotcha.
So I need to roll this first to determine if
Yeah.
it's light or dark.
Which those are your points that you have in your force
yeah.
pool that you can use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 light.
Perfect. So you'll use 1 light side for this power, I believe.
Yeah.
All right. So
We
now
need to
go
do
ahead
a-
and roll a discipline check against his
Is
discipline
that
stat.
just the skill?
Discipline skill, please? Yeah.
Oh shit! Maybe I should have upgraded this. Oh dear, we are in trouble.
It's okay. He's just a bog standard guard on his own, so it's not the most
Yeah,
difficult check.
we're in trouble.
Success,
Oh,
but you
success.
still
Oh,
ignore
that's
the dark
that
side.
thing.
That's the
yeah,
red.
ignore
That's
that.
the
All
red.
right, sweet, it worked. Let's go.
As he's quite angry. All right, that's it. I'll show you to the prison cells. Follow me. He begins walking down the corridor.
Just shut up and follow him.
I told you my disguise would work.
He walks.
Your disguise is currently my cloak.
He walks down the hallway and turns to the left at the end, and there is a door which he opens that leads down a small staircase. As you guys are welcome to follow him. And now the memories are flooding back from you to you. You see like yourself rushing out of these very doors and running down the hallway, like it's all coming back. You head down into a small kind of room with multiple different cells in this room. Actual like old metal bars down here. It currently doesn't seem like there's too many people in here. You can probably assume Timo's had a bit of a clear out recently with the Colosseum. There's the odd kind of like drunk patron who possibly wandered off, similar to yourself, and angered guards. But you are in that kind of like main hub of the cells, and the guard turns to you. I've taken you to the cells.
Is there any other guards?
Not in here currently, no.
Where do you keep prisoners' belongings when you bring them in?
He kind of just, with a glazed look.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be here. I've taken you to the cells, and he walks out.
he's not going to be responsive to us. We need to search this while there's no one else in here. Does any of this seem familiar to you, Zakian?
Does it?
I mean, you take a quick look around, and apart from the cells to your right, you see like a small little area where there's like a couple of chairs, some shelves, and like a sort of like a storage locker style thing. And you remember when you were thrown into the cell, someone came in, took your things, threw at you that kind of like rags you were wearing, and stored your stuff in a locker nearby.
I'm one of those.
Let's search them then. So
Alright.
you want to be lookout?
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll stand at the door and kind of just be listening very intently to. From like walking down here, I know what the sound of footsteps sound like in that corridor.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna listen very carefully.
You take a moment, you're listening, you're ready to hear if anyone's approaching. The two of you begin searching. There's like a couple of different lockers here, different compartments. Bit upon your search, you find a couple of like loose credits, like 25 to 50 credits from other people's goods that have been just hastily thrown in. You find like some fancy garments and like shoes and things of some of the more recent prisoners, if you so wish to take them. But Zakin,
right.
it's you who opens a door, and in a sort of footlocker style thing in the bottom of this locker, you open it and you see your familiar kind of like orange overalls. You see a tool belt with your tools still on it. You find all of your belongings, bar one. But in the haste and the rush, unless you're taking the time to check what's missing.
No, that's you. This is it. Come on, we gotta be quick.
We should go.
All right, so
Yeah, grab everything. Grab
Okay.
everything.
you quickly
Let's-
grab it all and
let's
chuck
go.
it on. Or you just grabbing it and you're not putting it on, you're just taking it.
No.
Got ya. So you just take a bit, are you taking the whole chest or are you taking your stuff out of it?
Wait, what?
Bit, but you grab in the footlocker that Zatkin's things are in, or is Zatkin taking his stuff out of it and holding it like in a bundle?
Oh yeah, how are we doing this?
Uh,
I'll just carry it. I'll just
take it,
carry
take
it.
it all,
I'll
take
just
it all.
take it. Yeah.
You grab the footlocker. Z, you take a moment to listen. You see your partners finishing up, taking what they need. You don't hear anyone in the hallway right now. You hear the footsteps of that guard who brought you here just get distant and fade away as he walks away.
We can't leave through the cargo door. The cargo needs to be gone. We can leave the way we left before.
In
Which
that
way did
case,
you do it before? I scurried through the vents and now through a hole.
I ran through a door.
me and C, when we escaped before we went through it. See, we could go that way. We could comlink the other two and tell them to leave.
Yes. We'll do it. Do that now before we leave.
I'm just gonna quickly go into the chest and grab out my blaster.
You find your it's a heavy blaster. You had like quite a nice one, right? Was it the gold one that you were using?
Yeah, I had the gold. It was
Yeah.
a heavy blaster pistol.
Yeah, you
I'll,
grab your gold-plated heavy blaster pistol out, and it feels just like you remember.
I'll comlink Kalal and Took and go to Kalal, Took.
You hear a voice over the comlink as you guys are like
Hey.
finishing up the last crates.
Hello, what's going on?
We have your
Problem?
stuff. Everything is fine, undetected. We are going to escape the way we escaped the palace before. Me and Z, and Zakin, you two should just leave on the speeders.
Are you
Nice,
sure?
nice.
That sounds dangerous. You sure?
Or we can't leave back in the cargo when we're supposed to drop the cargo off.
That is a fair point. I mean, we could look around here to see if there's an empty crate that we could take back, perhaps.
Do it quickly, because we still need to go before we're caught.
Okay,
This
well-
has gone too well.
We will look now as you make your way up.
Okay, let us know.
Oh,
You don't wanna
obviously,
look like we-
you would have heard that, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you hang that call up, the doors of the cargo bay door open, and you see like one of the workers of the palace entering. What's the delay? We need more ale. Hurry up!
They're here.
Bring it in then.
Is there any more in here?
You guys have just unloaded like kegs.
Barrels.
Okay,
Oh,
so there are
barrels,
kegs.
yeah.
You two, bring it.
Grab one. Start. Take it over.
Stop dawdling. Come on.
Give it to him. Put it in his hand.
That's your job. And he pushes it back to you.
Shift just ended.
I'll see to it that you're reported to the highest of Timo's authorities.
Oh. What me?
Cannot believe the people I'm forced to work with here. Takes the barrel and walks away. Very, very horrified look on his face. You see him disappear into the hallway further down towards the party, out of the door. At this point, you guys, are you heading up from the prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll start heading and we need to know if there's a crate.
Yeah, I would be at that point like looking through.
So you start looking through.
To try and find any kind of empty crate that we could use.
I mean, there is
We
this.
still need to
There
head
is.
in that direction anyway.
Yeah. So you guys start heading down towards
we'll
the
start
hallway
going that
because you
way.
have to pass the. You do have to pass that room that they're in, and you do see the door open and took dispatch with someone who seems very offended. Kalal, I mean, there's the same empty crate that Zatkin and Bit were in before, so you could use that in theory. Other than that, the rest of this stuff is full of stuff they're planning on using for the party that they're kind of just waiting for. So it's your decision. And you can, Took, if you look to your left, you can see your party kind of like sneaking up the hallway out of the darkness.
We have the empty one, but not anything else. The one that we used to come in. We could try. We just have to get out the doors, right?
We're overthinking it. We're overthinking it. I dropped off the tree frogs.
Sure. Yes.
Just speed out.
If they're in the back, we could just leave, right? We could just leave, even.
Yeah. Right, we could drive. Let's just go.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
All right. So you hear that on the comm link, guys?
Okay, we head back.
While we're heading back, just quietly. Actually, no, I'll do it when I'm there. I'm not going to risk it.
All right.
So we'll just go to the
You
room.
head back past that guard room. Don't seem to hear anything from the inside. Back towards the doors of the cargo bay door. The sort of service room. You see your 3 teammates enter, Kalal and Took.
Well, hurry up. Get in the back, you couple of tree frogs.
The only issue is the very obvious droid, but I guess you could say I'm part of another delivery or a just-in-case tool.
Can you make yourself look like a pretzel? For shape. Change your shape.
I'm an assassin droid. Took.
No. I mean, last time you were like this. Can you be a bit more like this? Change your shape a little. Make yourself look like a different kind of deactivated droid.
You start to hear footsteps coming from the southern door, the way you came in.
I'm just going to jump on the back of the speeder and do what I did before.
Yep,
Shut
and
down.
then I'll just hop in a crate with the chest and Zakin. I imagine it's very cramped in here now.
And I chuck the cloak off and chuck it over Z.
Yeah, you cover Z up.
Yeah, just right. Oh yeah, there we go. That's
Perfect.
brilliant.
The doors open again after just a brief moment as you guys just get into position. And Kalal and Took, you see the female kind of servant walking in. Have we all finished in here? The frogs?
Yeah, those little jerry buggers have been delivered, and I emptied them over into the aquarium.
Perfect. I'm sure Timo will be very, very pleased. Can I see you out?
Yes, yeah.
Kind of you.
Good. She kind of steps to the side and makes sure there's room for you to take the speeder out. Who's driving?
What did we say before? It was Kalal, wasn't it? Or was that me? I don't know.
So yeah, you can do it if you want.
Who's
No, I
in
can
the-
drive. I've drove speeders.
Make a planetary piloting check for me.
Yeah, I'm glad I said yes. 'Cause,
I won't make it hard. I'll make it average check.
Crashes on the way out.
We'll fall out.
this ain't my first speeder jaunt.
Go on,
Yeah,
sir. Then I'm
planetary.
ready for you.
See?
Yeah. You kind of it's hairy as you're guiding the speeder out of the doorway. You kind of like boom, bash into the door. Beep beep. Reverse up. She's like, "Are you sure you've done this before?" He was driving earlier. I hope you didn't damage the palace. You kind of make your way out. The Juros male rejoins you. Yeah. A question. Those Nala, did you say Nala tree frogs? What? Who authorized the delivery of those as you're kind of like making your way out the door?
Ignore him.
Who? Sorry, did you say who authorized the delivery?
We did not, but I think it's pretty obvious that it was Timo.
Wait! And then the door closes on him as you guys leave.
I'd like to let out a little toot as we leave, just to leave him with a small present as we go.
You can lose a light side point for that.
Thank you.
As you guys take the speeder out and across the kind of opening there and head back towards the exit point of the settlement, are you going to use the ladders or are you going to try and go out the main gate on this speeder, or are you heading back towards the way you came in?
Should we take the speeder?
speeder?
Take the speeder. I'm taking the speeder.
All right. So
Yeah, might as well.
We're gonna be stealing their speeder as well.
Because it's not like they saw your face. What does that matter? They're not gonna.
We're our thieves.
you head down towards the electric gate. It is closed, but as you approach, you see like a single Gamorrean gentleman just head up towards the edge of your car. Speeder. A little late for a delivery one, huh?
Been a little late. You don't hear the music. I don't know who's partying up in there.
Right, just stick to the roads. The routes, yeah? No, it's dangerous out there, yeah? Be careful.
Yeah, we know.
He kind of like waves and the gates open for you. The kind of like plasma laser gate fades away. And you're able to head out of the city down to the south, back towards your ship. And as you as you sort of speed through the sands of Tatooine, we'll wrap up for this week. Well done today, guys.
Successful stealth. Successful stealth.
Well,
It's a stealth background, it works!
I mean, you were caught. But
We fixed it.
Posh.
you talked your way through it. So well done, team. I'm gonna.
I just tried to poke him.
I'm feeling generous, and because it's our first session of the year and in the late Christmas spirit, I'm gonna give you 15 experience points each.
Nice.
Oh, I heard Shrek.
You heard Shrek
You wouldn't said, did you hear Shrek? I heard a Shrek.
as you
somewhere.
Shrek through the desert. There's layers to every desert. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. It's been an absolute blast for the first episode back. It feels so good to be back. I was so nervous before we went live because it feels like it's been so long since we've done this, but it was fun. Guys, please, if you haven't already, consider following the channel. It's the best way to know when we're live, best way to support us, and give me a little serotonin injection every time that you click that button. I would love if you could share the show with your friends as well. Follow us over on Twitter. All the links can be found in our Discord. That is all I have to say this week. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you stay safe out there. We will see you all next Monday. And may the Force be with you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh God, Ewan, that's terrifying.